Welcome to Bacon is My Podcast. Before we get into this show, we do want to let everybody know that we are proudly bringing this show to you from the Den.
Yeah.
That's the Deluxe Edition Network.
Rocking it out.
Found at deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
In the DEN.
That's right. We are a part of an awesome network of really awesome podcasts, such as...
That's a lot of awesome that you just said there.
Yes.
Health. History. I'd like to...
Yes. There's also Beard Laws, Spoiled My Movie.
Yes.
The Deluxe Edition Podcast. There's like 26 different podcasts, so go over there, check it out. DeluxeEditionNetwork.com. Do it now.
We are happy to be one. Thank you so much. What's your bacon?
So, I was in Nashville shortly after my wedding. Yes, it was shortly after my wedding. I went there because I do like video work and stuff like that. And I had my wife and I, or my new wife at the time.
Yes.
And we decided to go out
How
on
many
the
years
town. She's going to be 13 in July.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, congrats, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we went out, right? And I'm a sucker for karaoke bars. And we went into Wannabes. And it was really awesome. It was on Broadway, and it was just before the bachelorette parties took over. And so it was like Nashville Broadway was a lot of original music and singer-songwriters, and when you go into the honky tonks, it was very much that, as opposed to like the cover bands and stuff that you have to go off Broadway to get. But yeah, Wannabes was one of the places, and I went up there and I was doing my song. It was TLC Waterfalls.
Excellent choice.
And I was performing, and the crowd was having a good time, and I took a step on one of the tables, and I was singing to
sometimes.
I was singing to a group of people that were really getting into it. And as I was doing that, I felt a tap on my shoulder, and it was the bouncer saying, "Hey bud, song's over, you're out of here." And I was like, oh, I'm okay. Sorry. Now we had a few libations before.
Yes.
Yeah. So my wife did not have. I've never seen her like this. This was like lioness, like full on lioness, and she used some language that I'm not used to her using. And it was interesting. It was definitely interesting.
Colorful words.
Yes. So I ended up I got kicked out of the bar.
Now, it wasn't because you put a foot on the table.
Right. Well, Jimmy did point this out. So I was wearing flip-flops. I was wearing flip-flops.
Okay.
Out of the bar.
Right.
It's bold.
It's just wrong. It's not bold.
It was a different time. It was a different time. I had just come home from my honeymoon. I was in Mexico. So right. I had, it was...
So you were flip-flopping into bars in Mexico too? You were just flip-flopping all over the place?
Yeah. You don't wear, like, dress to the nines when you're at, like, an all-inclusive place, right?
So what you're telling me right now is you go from flip-flop to dress to the nines. There's no in between there. Not a sneaker to be had.
No, sneakers are my preferred modality. But yeah.
we were in tuxedos, so I was of course wearing flip-flops.
I don't know why. I don't know why I did. I just did.
Right. We all make mistakes.
And it was a move. It was a move. Of course I had shorts on too. Capzilla.
Well, Capzilla and flip-flops, yeah.
Exactly. So that's my story.
I guess it has to be the flip-flops. That's crazy because the stuff that goes down now at those karaoke bars, like stuff I've been a part of, I know is weight, like stepping on tables is like lightweight. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
see, I don't think the stepping on tables would have been a problem had you been in a sneaker. Yeah. Had you been in a closed-toed shoe.
Closed-toed shoe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They said straight up that you cannot stand on a table.
I think it had
foot on it.
I think it had more to do with exposed toes.
Oh.
Right, because if I'm at my table and I'm like this, and I go to put my drink down, and there's an exposed toe, right there. I'm like, this person's got to go. This person's got to go.
Those people were not saying that,
This
though.
person.
The
I don't know
only
what's
reason
up.
why I did that was because they were getting into it.
All right.
That's it.
Maybe they were feet
They gave
people.
you no warning, like whatsoever. They were like, no. Like,
Oh no,
don't
I
do
was
that.
I was in the middle of the song. Literally, I was singing and I felt the tap on my shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, bud, song's getting cut. You're out of here." And
You
That's
know
what
what?
bothers me. Yeah, no
Yeah,
warning.
that's
Crazy.
frustrating. But I will say that let's just say flip flops are waterfalls, sneakers are rivers and lakes that you're used to. So why don't you stick to those?
that is yeah.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
Guys, we are so excited because Manscaped has upped the game. Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. They've got interchangeable dual head system with both a regular razor that you're used to on your lawnmower, but also now a foil blade as well.
And if you already have one of these, if you already have the 4.0, the upgrade's good, man.
Upgrade is good.
Upgrade is good. It's got all the stuff that you like already. The light is a little bit brighter.
Yes.
Key, it has a lock.
Yes.
So that means in your bag, it won't turn on automatically because you're traveling somewhere and you put some shoes in your bag and you push down on it and it just turns on and then the battery's dead.
That's right.
You can lock it. Awesome. Awesome feature. Everything else, you've got your ceramic blades, you've got your skin-safe technology, you got all of that is the same and improved, but it's just a better system. Highly recommend.
Go to manscaped.com right now. Use the promo code BACONPOD for 20% off your entire order.
Yes.
You could get the 5.0 Lawnmower Ultra. You can also use it on other products like the Crop Mop, which is our personal favorite. If you ever see us out in the wild,
Yes.
you can definitely hit us up and we will give you one of those.
We always have them on us.
Always.
Always ready to give out.
Yes. So again, manscaped.com, promo code BACONPOD, 20% off of free shipping. Thank you, Manscaped. And always remember to ask yourself, are your balls clean? Mm-hmm. But welcome, everybody, to Bacon is My Podcast.
Yeah, we've been on here. This is in here.
We are joined by the amazing alt-pop singer-songwriter, Caroline Romano. Dude, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You are. We talked about Nashville because you're in Nashville now, right?
Yeah.
Nashville. So yeah. I know that you've got some karaoke stories, but man, I love Nashville. That's where I want to move.
Great.
If I move anywhere, that's where I want to move.
I would definitely move to Nashville. It's a very cool spot. What are the winters like in Nashville? Because I'm not super familiar.
This winter was surprisingly like very, very cold. Like last week, everything in Nashville shut down because it's like it doesn't snow or ice enough here for us to be well equipped for it. But when it does, like it's a lot. So we had several inches of snow last week and like everything shut down. It's been very cold. And I'm not used to that. But other than that, it's pretty mild. Like right now it's like 60 degrees. So it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my thing for moving is like I don't want to move somewhere that still has winter.
Right.
Okay.
I want to avoid if I could avoid a season and just visit that season. I got family in Indiana. I'll go visit them in the winter.
Right.
You know, I can check out some snow when I wanna.
Right.
Go somewhere warm. But Nashville is super awesome. How long have you lived there?
I moved here when I was 17, so 5 years, and it's been good. I started coming up here when I was like 12, though, to start like doing open mic nights and stuff. So I feel like this has always been my like home. I'm from Mississippi originally, and there is no winter there. If you'd like to check it out, it's so hot there all the time.
It is very hot and muggy there, which I'll take. I like it.
What? Okay, that's crazy. Muggy?
Well,
nah.
Well, I don't like
can't rock with
muggy,
it.
but I can understand. It's better than snowy. I'll take muggy over snowy.
Yeah.
Heat over cold
Okay.
for me.
No, I get that.
That's not for everybody. I get it.
I sympathize with it. I got you.
for sure.
I grew up in Indiana with relatives up in Michigan, so I dealt with a lot of like ice storms and having to like drive a tractor to get snow out of a driveway type situations. So I'm good with snow. I've had my snow.
Yeah.
You've dealt with it.
You know,
Did your time
I'm ready
with
for-
snow. I get that.
I'm ready.
For sure. I actually wanted to ask a little bit about like how you feel the scene is out there now. You've been going there for forever, obviously now.
Mhm.
So like, what do you feel like the scene? Because I've had friends that have lived there for years, and they're like, the Nashville scene is just kind of done with it, and you know it's getting too commercial, and there's too many cover bands.
I've heard
too
that
many this,
too.
and too
I've
many
heard that original
and I'm like,
scene has
yeah,
dropped a lot.
but from me, I'm in New York, and people are like, oh, well, New York's a good spot, and it's like, no, it's not really a good spot.
If you're not there, it seems like it's a better spot.
But like there are a lot of prolific writers, producers. The songwriting like circles that take place there are just like way more than here. So like, what's the scene like there, and how do you like it? How do you navigate it? And
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, like seeing Nashville grow from a non-country standpoint in the past, I'd say like 5 years has been crazy. And I am now seeing so many of my friends who are like, the pop and the rock scene here has grown just in the past like 2 years. I'd say like so much that now I feel like even a lot of people from LA are moving out here to work and write and do stuff, which is crazy. So I feel like what's great is it still has like that small-ish community to it. And to me, it feels, I get very overwhelmed in places like LA. So I feel like it has all the access of that, and the same people basically are coming back and forth here to work, but it's just still not as big of a city. It's getting there, it's growing, but no, I love it. And I think what's great about Nashville is like songwriting is still in all areas and all genres, like the thing of Nashville, and like being a songwriter and working sonically and production wise around that sphere is like still what's so important here. And yeah, I love it. I'm really excited to see how it's growing and how much it's grown. So it's been cool to be a part of.
Now, what did you do, like when you moved to Nashville? What were some things that you kind of did that helped kind of round out your songwriting? Like, what did you have in mind when you went there? Like, I want to start getting in these songwriting circles, or I just want to start going out and performing open mics and letting people see what I do and
Or
see if I
working
can
with
make
specific
partners.
people,
Yeah,
or-
exactly. What was kind of your mindset?
I just knew I wanted to get in any room I possibly could. So I just started like basically internet stalking songwriters. So that sounds terrible, but like people who I knew I was such a big fan of, and I would just DM everybody. And eventually like one person says yes, and you get in a room. And then I just started like hanging out around bars and stuff, even before I was 21, like where I knew other songwriters hung out, and just kind of like becoming friends with them first. That was definitely my goal, to get in the room as a songwriter first. Performing for me in Nashville has been interesting because it's like just the spheres for where you can play as a pop artist who's not like super big are somewhat limited still. But performing is such a big thing for me. And I definitely am still trying to get my foot in the door with that here. But yeah, just getting in rooms, I'd say I went to Belmont for like a semester just so I can meet a bunch of people, and I dropped out, which my parents were like, awesome. But yeah, just kind of doing everything I could to meet people in any way.
No, well, I mean, I feel like making connections is like the number one thing
For
you
sure.
can do, and also growing up as a songwriter and musicians and everything, we've always kind of like heard that it's drummed into your head over time, like make connections, network all the time. So like, yeah, join this and then quit, meet somebody, go play here and then never play there again, but meet somebody. Go, internet stalk, who you know what I mean? Like all that stuff is it's just like all the stuff you do, right? It's like everything that like you do everything. What would you say, like what was the first big kind of lesson you learned songwriting wise that kind of changed your approach to songwriting, or just kind of opened your mind to a different part of songwriting? Do you remember what that was?
I feel like definitely getting in the room with some of my friends from Sweden for the first time was very eye-opening as far as songwriting. Doesn't have to be like, and it made me take it less seriously in a good way. I'm a very serious person, and it made me just think, like, he was like, does this sound good? Do you enjoy hearing this? Like, then shut up. It doesn't matter. Just like write the song. And I was trying to make everything so like meaningful. But I think just like doing what feels good. And that first time writing with my friend Carl from Sweden showed me that it doesn't have to be the most profound song in the world for it to be such an amazing song. And that started really changing the way I write in a lot of ways. Like, still writing those profound songs and saying what you want to say, but
sure,
just taking yourself less seriously.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because there's that doesn't mean for anybody that's listening and stuff, that doesn't mean you're not still writing profound things,
it's not coming from a profound place,
right?
To begin with,
you know, like there are definitely times to write non-serious songs, even joke songs, even sarcastic songs, things like that. But but being able to kind of like be open to a sound or a style or just a hook, you know, like, oh, this is a hook, let's write around it regardless of what it is, and then maybe we'll change it later, maybe we won't, maybe we'll keep it, maybe, you know, like all those things.
Now, when you first came to Nashville, you talked about how you were trying to get into any room you could and stuff like that. It sounds like a lot of like a singer-songwriter, you know, guitar and one vocal kind of feel. What made you make that turn to pop with a little bit, some of that, you know, pop influence, the electronic, that kind of stuff? I mean, there's a lot of blurred lines when it comes to some of that stuff now, when it comes to like country and that, or singer-songwriter and that, but like, what made you turn that corner, kind of?
I think it was a mixture of me, when I would go and perform as an artist, like wanting to have something that I could really move and perform to, wanting to write music that was more fun to perform sometimes. And then also just a mixture of the people I was starting to write with as pop kind of grew in Nashville. There was a lot more like, hey, let's try something a little bit more out here, a little bit more out there. And just the people I was surrounding myself with, and also the songs I was listening to. Like, I was like, why can't I write, you know, this kind of song that I listen to that's way more rock or way more EDM, even though that's not like what I've been writing. So, and I also think just growing up, like, you learn to try new things. I first started writing around here when I was 17, and I was very timid, and kind of growing in confidence as a songwriter and just as a person also like gave me like a, hey, what if we tried this kind of thing?
I like that.
See, I get the pop thing, but then while I'm listening to your music, like even going back and listening to like your very first things that you released up until now, I definitely hear like the more straight ahead pop stuff, I feel like, was the earlier things. I feel like the more into it now.
Yeah.
Well, no, she said she started going there when she was 12.
Right.
So
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing a lot of I mean, I would say rock. I would say rock influence. There's an intensity to your songs, and there's an intensity to the music, and even to the melodies that you use, that even if it's in a very pop adjacent tonality to it, you know, because you're definitely, you have a very unique voice, and it could kind of fit in a lot of different genres, I think. And your delivery can sometimes have that kind of like real clean, like very articulate pop kind of vibe, but the attitude is all rock. It's all kind of like, I would even say like there's a lot of like 90s grunge type of and that's more to do with kind of the dynamics of the way your songs go, where there's this like really soft sound, and then there's this just full of attitude, aggressive kind of thing. Then aggressive doesn't always mean like heavy guitars and drums. It can just kind of the sound. So I hear a lot of that in your songs. That's one thing that kind of like drew me to hearing them, just because my like favorite pop artists all kind of like lean a little bit into that. Like there's some anger there that you're not afraid of, that you're putting out, which I appreciate as someone that likes that.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I like hearing somebody that's a little pissed.
Yeah. The pissed is a new thing I've been trying to lean into, because again, like you're right, like speaking into when I first started putting out music, I was so young. And I think it's very easy I would go into rooms with grown men and they'd be like, you're literally 12. What are we going to write about with you? And so we'd write super like clean cut, like pop songs. And a lot of that I've even like taken off. The song, there's still a few songs up that are super pop, super like, I used to work a little bit with Radio Disney back in the day, like very, you are a young girl and that's awesome. And that was great for the time. But then it was kind of like going into the songwriting thing when I got into Nashville, then going back to the pop, then this newfound being who I am now is a little bit angrier and realizing that it's okay to be a little angrier. And that's been really freeing with the music I put out lately. So it's been fun.
I can definitely tell. And even seeing some of the live stuff, some of the live videos that I saw, it's a rock presentation too. You know, you've got again, the look and the delivery and the attitude down in those presentations. It's cool that you can kind of like go in and out of different styles that way. You're keeping it close enough. It makes it genuine, I think, because you hear you overall. You know, like every single song sounds like you. It's not like even the earlier poppier stuff. It's like, this sounds like a whole different person. It sounds like your songs have adjusted to whatever you were writing about or going through during the time. You know, you hear something like Girl in a China Shop, and it's like, you hear these, like, I think the lyrics are incredible to that song. I think the melodies are very cool to that song, but I think there's an aggression and an angst to that song that's like just held back enough to make it feel like
tension,
like a girl in a china shop. Like this could bust at any moment.
Yep.
And I like that. I appreciate that in the music, and like I like that as a songwriter. So I think that's very cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's not a question, but
no,
it's just kind of what I got out of it. So if I'm wrong at any point, go, you are way off, man.
Yeah. No, man, you're right. You're right, for sure.
Have you noticed some new things on Bacon Is My Podcast? We have the new BIMP Lounge.
Yes.
Right? So with that, we're trying to up our game a little bit here.
That's right.
Right? We're trying to extend our reach. If you want to help us do that, well, one of the ways you can do that is by rocking out with our sponsors. Jump over to baconismypodcast.com, jump to our sponsor page, and check out all of our awesome sponsors. Get all
GrillYourAssOff.com, DrinkWildBills.com, Manscaped, Pod Decks. There's quite a few of them.
Everything's
and we're
there
adding stuff all the time.
with the most recent promo codes and the best deals that you can possibly get. Another way you can help us, get some t-shirts.
Like this one right here. It doesn't come without the sleeves.
It gives you the option.
But it gives you the option.
Yeah, you get it with sleeves. You don't want sleeves, you cut the sleeves off.
That's right.
That's how it works. Then you have a headband if you have like a thin head.
Yes.
I can't use the sleeves as a headband because I have a giant round head.
Yeah, we both do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to baconismypodcast.com. Check out the merch page. Bacon is my fashion.
Yes.
Right.
And you can check out all the latest episodes. It's kind of like a portal to everything Bacon Is My Podcast, including our music.
A portal to bacon.
Yes. Including his band, Craving Strange.
Yes,
My band,
his band,
Something Heavy. Also, Bacon Is My Passion, the band itself. So
Music coming.
Yes. So go ahead, check it out. Costs nothing to look. So
And
go
then
ahead.
you
and do
should
it.
buy. You break it, you bought it though.
Face it, dating sucked in your 20s, gets worse in your 30s, and your 40s, forget it.
It's a cesspool out there, and we're your flotation device.
Join us weekly for saucy chat, ridiculous love gurus,
And MILF-worthy fun to spice up your life.
the MILF and Me podcast. Every Wednesday on your favorite pod platform.
And the MILFandMePod.com.
The MILF and Me podcast.
We actually had to reschedule this because
Yes.
you were scheduled to do it, but you had, and it was funny because
She big timed us. It's all right. You can say it.
right. Well,
you can
yeah,
say
you
it.
big-
No,
big time but I know-
felt so bad about that.
no. Like it was funny because like we've had people do that, and
Yes.
and we've had our fair share. But the fact that you were so candid,
You can
about
hear
it,
me
you were
bitch
like,
about it
hey,
in last week's episode.
Yeah, last week's episode he went off on it. But like you were very like straight up, and you were like, "Hey, listen, I've got this stuff that I'm trying to finish, and this producer got, you told us straight up, like,
Yeah.
hey, this producer, he got free time. I really need to finish this. And at first I was like, she canceled. He's like, oh, and I was like, well, this is what she said. He's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're musicians too, so it's like, oh, duh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Priorities.
No.
Priority list. Come on.
Yeah.
I know you've got a whole bunch of things that you're working on, and you're going to probably have some stuff coming out over the next few months. You want to tell us a little bit about what's going on with that?
Yeah, so the song that I finished that day is actually coming out February 16th. I've not announced it yet, but here we go.
Nice.
It's coming out February 16th.
Nice.
It's like definitely me pushing something a little bit even like heavier than I'm used to. Because this producer is somebody who works here in town, and he does like more of the metal thing. And I was like, okay, take the lightest parameter, the lightest song you've ever done, and make it 15% lighter, and then that'll be my heaviest song. It'll be great. And so
Nice.
that's what we did that day. And I'm really excited about that. I've been finishing up just a bunch of new songs, but I'm in this weird space where, and it comes with growing up, like we talked about, like how these songs have kind of been sporadic, but also me, because that's just being a human being. And I am in this weird spot where I don't really know what my emotions are right now. And so I'm figuring that out. And I think the music's reflecting that, but it's all going to come out over the next few months. But yeah, I sent that text and I was like, they're mad at me and they're going to hate me forever. And that's what I thought, because that's how my brain goes. And I was like, no, but I appreciate you guys letting me come back. So thank you for having me, because I felt so bad about that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We've definitely been there. We've definitely totally been there.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about being the beautiful and terrible thing about being an emotional songwriter is that we all overthink and overanalyze and don't trust our own emotions and freak out and feel like we're the worst at all times.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it like,
100%.
when songs are your way of dealing with life, any other, like, you can't send somebody a song to explain to them why you're saying no to something or can't do something. You have to do that as a regular human being. And we're just not regular human beings. We're messed up weirdos that can't do that, because we're always thinking in terms of a hook.
Yeah.
Like, what's the hook to this? We'll go right.
Yeah.
I'll feel awful about something I say, and then I'll go write something about it later, and then I'll still just feel bad about it forever. But I'll be like,
And then remind it every time you
came out of
perform.
it. Look what this came out. So we totally get it and totally understand it.
I was actually curious though. So you said you were working with somebody who did this like a little bit heavier thing. Are you working with different producers? And if you're doing that, are you working toward like more just, okay, I'm doing a feeling out process. I'm seeing where I'm going to kind of land. Just going to put some songs out, or are you working on doing some kind of like EP album, whatever, like a collection of songs?
I'm a very much projects. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely a project-based person. Like, I put out a project every year for the past 2 years, but that's kind of just how I like to work towards. I kind of see my life in chapters like that. And so I put out an EP last summer, and since then I've been working with a lot of different producers, just trying to figure out what this next sound is. And I think I'm getting closer. Right now, I still don't know exactly what this project is. I think I'm starting to write some of the songs that are going to be on it. Going out to LA in a few weeks to like work with some people out there too. But I love working with different producers, even for like one project, just because I feel like once I'm in that headspace, I know what sound I want. Like, I'm able to get it with anybody just because we're all writing the same kind of theme.
Sure.
But it's been cool. And diving into like the more rock sphere of like producers and that kind of stuff has been some of my favorite like production moments, and getting to see those things come to life just because it's way different. And their brains are so interesting and cool, and I like don't know how they make sounds like that. So it's been cool to see.
Have you, in speaking to different producers and different people, like on the business side of things, like if you look, you can look at things in chapters and you can look at things as like EPs and stuff like that. But as you talk to people, it's like, oh, well, we're in a singles based era right now. How do you kind of like wrestle with that? Are you like, okay, well, I can do both. I'm going to do singles that lead up to something, or I'm going to do a bunch of singles and some of them are going to be on this chapter and some of them might not be, and some of them might be something else. Or you're like, yeah, I'm going to do what I want. Let them wait. You know, like whatever. I'm not going to think about
I wish
the way
I
to
was
do
in
it.
that place. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was like able to wait, but I am a coward, and so I don't do that. I am in a singles like space right now where I'm putting out some singles, and I think some of these will be a part of the next project. But the ones I'm putting out like over the next 3 to 4 months are going to be singles, and then hopefully by the summer, I think I'll know what the next little sphere of it is. But I am a proponent for, in this day and age, I get it, and I get like needing to consistently put something out like often, just because the world is so big now, and but also so small, and everyone can put out everything and have access to everything. So I get the putting out singles thing. So I try to do that leading up to a little project, even if it's just for me, for once a year at least. So yeah.
How do you feel about the idea that like you need to be able to, and I know some people are even writing music specifically for it, you need to put everything, you need to have at least one really good 30-second bite to your song so that you can TikTok it, so that you can put something out specifically for that, even if they never go watch the whole thing or listen to the whole thing, that's just a part of it now. Does that affect you in any way? Or are you just kind of like, I hate this, but I got to do it? Or are you like, this is cool. It's like a commercial. I'm making a commercial, for my song. Or like, how do you feel about that aspect of kind of promotion and how things are going?
I'm usually not a proponent for like thinking at all about a song outside of writing it, like just emotionally how you feel in that moment and what you want to say. But I'm trying to balance that. And so I go into some writes with some particular writers and friends or by myself that I know, like, I just want to be completely like, give everything to the song, not worry about anything else, how I'm going to promote it, anything like that. That's typically how I like to write. But I always go and pick a few sessions where I know, like, I want to write that song that is technically like has the potential to be the single, or like has the potential to have something really clever and hooky and something. So I try to do the best of both worlds because I get both sides of it. And I've seen a lot of people have success on both ends of the spectrum, like continuing to do things like simply for the sake of the song, and then other people continuing to do things like promotion wise that work super well. I don't know how any of that's going to work for me, but I am just going to keep doing it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
It's so funny too. I was talking with some people, and I think I mentioned it to you too. Like the whole social media game, and you talk to people who are like, supposedly this is their job, right? And you kind of like talk to them, and you're like, cool. So what are some of the approaches? How we, what are we doing exactly? And they're like, we're we cater to your demographic. And it's like,
right. Some vague ass.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
What, like, do you produce the content or do we have to? And it's like, we can. I mean, you're still going to have to give us stuff, but yeah, we can. It's like, okay. Well, what do you do? Right. Exactly. Like, what are we talking about here? So like,
we sell you a subscription.
Right. It's so funny because I like, and I've talked to, we talked to tons of musicians about it. And it's like, the general consensus is that we all don't love social media per se. Right. Like, it's like, okay, it's the way things are going. And this is the way I have to pivot what I want to do with the rest of my life.
There's things about it that are cool, but those things are shrinking by the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I will say,
like, how are you dealing with like that social media pivot kind of thing, and are you having the same trouble I am? Because I can't talk to these fucking people anymore. It's been so hard.
I'm
so bad at social media. Yeah, like I tried the whole like, I'm just not going to do this, and then the OCD part of myself was like, you're ruining your life and all of your chances by not doing the social media thing. Yeah. So I started doing that, and then I've never been someone who I feel like I am best reflected via social media. Like, I open the TikTok app and my personality just goes out the window. But I am still trying. I'm trying to let the music speak for itself on that. I do think as I see my friends who have gone super. I have several friends who've gone super mega viral, gotten deals from things like that, and it's been amazing for them. But I also see like at the end of the day, if you just keep consistently doing it, like I have other friends who are finally seeing the benefits of like having never gone viral, but it's just taken many, many years, and it's still just a tool for them to interact with people online. I think kids are like getting a little tired of TikTok, honestly, like just because it's so much, it's so oversaturated.
It seems like that.
Less and less I see people having the immense like overnight, nothing's overnight, but like overnight success online. Right. So I don't think it's going to matter as much. I think it's becoming more of like a middle ground. Like this is a great tool and I'm hopeful for that. I'm going to keep using it. I don't put any of my eggs in the baskets in that one because I'm bad at it and I probably don't do as much as I should, but just trying to be positive with it. It's definitely like made me want to like, it's given me bad thoughts, but it's a good, it's a thing. So yeah, it's good.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who knows? It might get banned. It might get banned in the next.
But Instagram's still there.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I was like,
all of us.
I heard that and I was like, oh, come on. Come on.
I literally get anytime I open the actual app. So peek behind the curtain here, folks. I don't sit here 3 times a day and actually do it. We have a scheduler, and there are apps that you
get a scheduler.
Yeah, you get a scheduler, and it looks like you're on social media all the time.
Yeah,
but you're really not. But anytime I open the TikTok app, it's just like,
yeah,
it's so in your face and not me. It's like I can't. And one of the tips that because I've been reading all up about it,
right,
is one of the tips is they're like, the best thing to do is go online and interact with the people that you want to interact with for 15 to 30 minutes per day. And it's like, Instagram, you could do that. It's easier to do it on Instagram. TikTok, I can't open the app for more than 10 seconds. I just cannot do it.
I have real humans that I can't interact with for 30 minutes a day.
No.
I try.
Not with one specific person. It's just like commenting on things and, like scrolling and liking things is not helping.
Right.
But if you go and you interact with things,
and you're like,
and you have,
what a cool video you had! I love the way you give voices to pets.
That's too much. Yeah. Too much. You do the fire emoji. Fire emoji does it. You're good to go.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
But actually, no, it's actually worked. Like it.
Yeah.
You actually do see results from it, which is
disheartening.
But
great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I try to think about it. I'll like post something and then I'll turn my phone completely off for like an hour because I can't look at it. Like if I start to see it's like it's been up for 40 minutes and has like 3 likes, I'm like, I have to move home. Like I can't do this anymore. So I just have to turn my phone off. And that's helped me a lot actually. So that's my tip.
Nice.
For any artist. Just turn your phone off. Don't pay attention.
Yeah. I want to know how Kroger became a Zen palace.
Yeah.
For you to go clear your mind.
I don't know. I know why it started. It's because when I first moved here, I had no friends because, like, I think a lot of artists have trouble, like, socially interacting with others. Yeah. At least I do. And songwriting definitely helped me with that because I could put you in other rooms and all that stuff. Anyway, before I knew anybody here, I would, like, leave my one class at Belmont that I took for a semester and just, like, drive aimlessly around Nashville, like, looking for things to do. So I would just go, like, grocery shopping, and I like would go to every Kroger that I could possibly find in the city, and I would rank them as far as like best Kroger to worst Kroger, and it just became like a cool like people watching thing for me, like seeing people live life, and like kind of brought me to reality for a little bit. Like if I was having a bad day, I'd be like, it was just a very much like, what is that word for it, where you realize other people have a life outside of your own, like kind of moment.
Okay. Yeah.
And it also just like, I don't know, everyone's doing the same thing. We're all united in one purpose. And if it's to get pasta noodles, like it's for 30 minutes, it's that, you know? So I don't know. It's just it's a peaceful place. I like the vibes. People know me there, my local Kroger. So it's a good vibe.
I see what you're doing. You're popping in, you're watching the show, you're listening to the show, you're like, I really like their interviews. Or you're like, I don't like their interviews at all, but I do like 7 questions. Or you're like, man, I wish more people knew about this show because these guys are fun and these guys are cool. How can I help?
Well, one of the best ways to help is by going over to patreon.com/baconismypodcast and joining our Patreon. We've got awesome 3 tiers starting at $3 per month, where you will get live stream shows on all of our discussion and drinks.
Every week.
Every week,
a live stream that you can join in on. You can weigh in on. You can jump in the chat. You can jump in the little community.
Interact with us.
We got a cool squad over there, too, so you can meet people, make friends. We're all about that. Also, you can learn some cooking tips from us.
Yeah.
We got a few of those up there. You can try some of our dishes out.
Yeah, you can also watch us eat horrible shit.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Now, when we cook stuff, it's delicious, but the stuff that we eat is not.
Yeah, that's no.
Totally
It's
separate.
never fun.
Separate thing.
Yeah, but go ahead, go over there. There's tons of new content. We have early music releases. We've got live streams. We've got watch-alongs. We've got all sorts of stuff. Go to Bacon is My Podcast's Patreon today and sign up and be part of the BIMP squad.
Totally helps us out, guys. Thank you so much. Cheers to you. What's your bacon?
What you just said,
Like Caroline's here.
Caroline, what
here.
you said when you initially told us what you did and how you started is exactly a TikTok thing. That's exactly a TikTok. Like
Right. Put up your rating system. Put up your rating system.
Yeah. Like people
Kroger
watch
crawl. You meant to
Yeah.
Kroger crawl with
online?
Caroline.
Kroger
on.
crawl.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know any other songwriters that are doing that. Corner that market. Find the niche.
I have a song called Grocery Store because I used to go on dates there because I was super cool, and that's where I would take dates. Was Kroger. It didn't work out. Surprise. But I wrote a song about
Hey,
that.
that's how you know. You find that person that'll
How
walk
does-
through the grocery store with you.
How
Keeper.
does somebody
That's
wow
a keeper.
you at the grocery store? Like how do you? First off,
It's
how
a
do you
vibe.
ask
It's a
them
vibe.
like, hey,
Yeah.
let's go to the grocery store, and what do they have to do to wow you?
Yeah. What's the
What's the
It's
move?
not the wowing. I just need them to be down to do it, you know. And if they get the same magic that I get from it, then I'm like, cool. You know?
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. No, I haven't been
Do you
to
any
a
grocery
Kroger's.
games? Any grocery games on
Oh,
your
yeah.
dates? Are you like, all right, you go down this aisle, I go down this aisle. We're each going to pick an item, and then we have to figure out how to make those items work for a dinner.
I love finding sale stuff. I'd be like, let's make this as let's find the best sales as possible, or I don't know.
Nice. I like
stuff
that.
like that.
I like that. What's
Yeah.
your favorite aisle in Kroger?
This is hard. I love the spice aisle because I'm always I don't know, that was a thing.
Spice aisles.
And then yeah, I also love
You
the
ever-
cereal aisle.
You ever
Really
see
do.
a spice that you don't know of and open it up and be like, what does this smell like? Oh, I can't use that in
Never.
anything, and then put it back.
No.
I've never done that because every time I try to open one, there's a little seal on it, and I'm like, I can't do that.
We can.
You can, but I'm not that kind of anarchist.
Yeah, me neither. I'm too afraid. If someone saw
If
me
I
do that,
bought
and I was,
one-
in trouble.
Oh my god, if
Yeah.
I bought a spice and I went to open it up and the seal was broken, I'd be like, oh my god, I just killed everyone in the
So,
house.
FYI, if it's got that plastic seal,
Yeah.
you can actually turn it where it creates enough pressure that it'll pop off,
Okay.
and the seal's not broken.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
I've never done it before.
We got to go to a grocery store and you got to show me that. We're going on a grocery store date.
We're gonna go on a grocery.
We're
Yeah.
going to do a grocery store date.
So,
should.
Kroger, I've been to many, many, many years ago, I believe, but it's been a long, long time. But if it's anything like Harris Teeter, which is out in the Carolinas and stuff, that place is the bomb. In terms of a grocery store,
Right.
there's select ones that actually have a beer and wine bar, and you go and you could take it with you while you grocery shop.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
That's
And
$1 million
also-
idea.
A little
Their
grocery day
freezer
drinking.
section, their freezer section is a lot like the Billie Jean video, where as you take a step and you walk, that section of the freezer aisle will light up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kroger's
And-
got that going on right now currently. It's great.
Yeah.
I would walk down there with Billie Jean playing on my Spotify.
Yeah.
I would definitely try and time it out.
I've embarrassed a
time
lot
like
of
that.
family members when I go visit them down south. by going, can we go down the freezer aisle and like Billie Jean? No, no, you can't. Like, I gotta go. I'll see you in a little bit.
If you need
I
me,
have
you'll
to
find me
go home.
moonwalking through the freezer aisle.
I have to French fry section.
I'm
See you later.
moonwalk my way to some Haagen-Dazs right now.
And they also have a lot of the free samples, like with the
Oh, does Kroger do
cheeses
free
and stuff.
samples? Are they a free samples place?
No, they don't do free samples. No, I mean like Sam's Club and Costco is the only places I know
Right,
that
yeah.
do them around here.
Those
Sadly,
are the places that I know
but
of.
yeah.
Yeah,
We don't have Sam's Club out here, right? It's Costco out here.
it's Costco here. Yeah.
I had where I grew up in Indiana, we had Sam's Club, and we also had Kroger, so I'm familiar with Kroger as well. Good veggie section, very big, giant like produce.
Well, yeah. What I was wondering about Kroger does it have its like bougie part where you're like, ooh,
Mine
and then
did
it's
not,
also got your.
but it's been years, so mine did not. Is there a bougie spot in Kroger?
It depends on the Kroger. Like the range of Kroger's is there's no one overseeing like a median like quality over here. Like there's
Okay.
some really
Oh,
really
it's
bad
interesting.
ones and there's some really really nice ones. That's why the Kroger crawl is so important to me because I like. can
That's why
base,
it's important
like,
to
people
everyone.
ask me, like,
That's
where
why
I
you need to
should go.
post that shit.
Yeah. Like there are some Krogers where it's like dangerous to go and like people have died via shanking that I've seen. And then the others
Shanked at a
like,
Kroger.
are very nice. Yeah, like there's been stabbings at Kroger's and then there's others that are like you can go get like a really nice bottle of wine. So it just depends on the vibe you're going for. I like Kroger though because it's not like trying to be fancy for the most part.
Right,
I like
right.
that.
Okay. Okay. Now you brought up Kroger crawl. So that I want to know, how many Krogers have you gone to in a day? Like what's the most that you've gone to?
Probably like 5 or 6. I think I tried to like not be too crazy with it. I didn't try to do them all in one day, you know.
What if 5 or 6 is not too crazy? What would be? What's the is 7 the line? Like gnomes? Is that
I feel like I could have gone harder. Honestly, probably. But like I think 12. If I heard 12, I'd be like concerned. I'd be like, you need to do other things. And that was a waste of gas because they're like too far
Do you
apart.
feel like so there is a there was a former childhood criminal in me where I used to go into grocery stores or bookstores or things, and I would pilfer things. I would try and see if I could get out without paying for certain items. I used to steal candy bars and then go sell them at school and stuff.
Wow.
Now I know. I said it's a former criminal. I feel I don't feel any way about it, to be honest. I can't lie. I have zero feelings about it. It's just a thing I did. It's a thing I did. Don't steal, kids. It's messed up.
Don't do it.
But if you're gonna steal, don't steal from a human. Steal from a business. Big corporations, fuck them. But don't steal. Damn the man, save the empire. But I did always have a thing where I always bought one thing. I had to buy something. Like if I was going to take things, I had to buy something. I think if I was going to visit a number of like Krogers in a day, to me, I'd probably feel like I had to at least buy something at maybe not everyone, but I'd be like, I got to get like gum or something, like something. I just used your store to walk around. Like, do you have that? Did you buy something at each Kroger? Do you have like do you pay like the toll for your time there?
Definitely. I feel like I look like my immediate thing is like if I walk out of there without buying anything, people are gonna be like, she stole something. That's my immediate fear. And so
that's why I did it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I would like buy one thing, like at one store I'd get like one thing I needed from my list, the other I'd get the other. So I would get what I needed just over the course of several hours instead of maybe 30 minutes. So
now did you find that like this is my Kroger for produce, this is my Kroger for frozen things, this is my Kroger for meat, this is my like, did you have that, or are they all like as you said they vary?
They do, and some I definitely am more like a produce area, like in the Green Hills Kroger in Nashville, for example. That's where I do like the big important stuff. I get great lettuce there, great chicken. Right. But then if I want like a deal on coconut water or something like that, I'll go to like the one in Brentwood, like 30 minutes away, because they just always seem to have a good amount. They always seem to be stocked.
Coconut water's hard to find at some places too.
Whoa. They have different sales like 30 minutes away.
Some of them do. Like I went to one today. It was 10 for 10 for coconut water. $1 for coconut water. Steal.
That's excellent.
So I racked up on that. But then like the Green Hills one, because they know people, it's a nice Kroger, and people will pay whatever they got to pay to get the coconut water. They don't have that often there.
Right.
So,
what's your coconut water of choice?
Buy coconut water, BAI. I think I drink enough to like literally feed a village. So it's terrible. I need to stop.
I used to really like Zyko, and it came in the little blue,
the carton,
the little blue carton.
Yeah,
and they had a chocolate one that was absolutely just awesome.
A chocolate.
Sounds sad.
I have not seen one since. Like it's been now like 2 years since I've seen it anywhere. I've seen just the regular Zyko coconut water, and I'll get it every now and then. It's really good. They had a pineapple one too that was really good. But yeah, they were the only like chocolate coconut water thing I found, and it's like a dark chocolate coconut water, and I thought it was so good that like
sounds amazing.
I used to buy every single one. If I was in a place, I feel like I'm getting all these. I would not get other things that I went to go get. I'd be like, I'm not eating this week. I'm going to be stocked up on chocolate coconut water. So yeah, that was mine. But Bai's very good too. That's another. That's probably my top now because I can't find the other one.
Right.
But if you see chocolate Zyko, blue carton, it gives you sometimes a bottle.
Yeah,
definitely worth it.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, Caroline, we've talked everything.
Yes, we've done
songwriting
to produce,
to songwriting to produce to sales, that's so messed up, man.
Yeah,
I hate that like 20 minutes away or 30 minutes away you can get a different sale.
You can do that here.
Different stores. Come on. I go to Stop and Shop.
You go to Stop and Shop here, and then my Stop and Shop. You're gonna get different prices.
Stop
and shop.
Right,
yeah.
We're another grocery store date.
See what I did there?
Between you and I.
See how quick I was when I did that?
Yeah, we're gonna do.
We're still good at this.
All right, we're gonna have to do that again. We're gonna have to do it. But Caroline, before we head out here, just let everybody know where they can find everything you and your brand new single.
Yeah, you can find me on any social media platform, Instagram, TikTok, at Caroline Romano, and on any streaming platform that you use at Caroline Romano. So check it out.
New song dropping in a couple of weeks.
Just a couple of weeks. Brand new song dropping in a couple of weeks. Awesome. I can't wait to hear it. I'm excited for it. And for all of you that are in the Nashville area, if you happen to see Caroline walking around in a Kroger, go say hello.
Yeah.
Go say hi.
You know what I'm doing? Yeah. I'm ruminating in there. So yeah.
You know what she's up to.
Absolutely.
You know what she's up to.
Ask her which Kroger it is to know what to buy there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you'll get that information nowhere else.
And if you own a Kroger or several Krogers in the area, give the girl a discount.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, thank you.
That's an untapped sponsorship.
That is an untapped, for sure.
Like, we're all yearning for the, I want a Sennheiser or a Shure or this or that.
Right.
Real quick, I want you to let everybody know where they can find everything going on with you and your brand new single.
You can find me and all of my music, including Tell Her I Said Hi, on all social media platforms at Caroline Romano, and on Spotify, anywhere you can stream music at Caroline Romano as well.
Wah-wah-wee-wah.
Yeah.
That was a something.
That was a something.
We ended a little bit abruptly.
Mm-hmm. You know why?
Because of
this.
Y'all, but my background, and now is my dad.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Something possessed her computer.
Yeah, Caroline Romano putting out backwards satanic messages. You heard it here first.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Satanic messages do happen.
That I
don't
believe,
happen.
I don't believe that is her next single that's coming out. She's going to heavy rock, but that is not
right.
The heavy rock she's talking about.
No, that's backwards. It's like that Beatles record.
Yeah, exactly.
You play it backwards, and John Lennon's saying
yeah,
which means nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, Caroline Romano, she was awesome. A lot
She
of fun
was
to talk
awesome.
with.
That was fun.
I enjoy when a songwriter kind of comes in feeling one way about the show, and then we're like,
Right.
you like going to Kroger's and just walking around? Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah. Let's get in there.
Because I like
get in
grocery
there.
stores too.
I agree.
So let's
I love
get
grocery.
in
I
there.
could spend a lot of time in a grocery store.
Ah, yeah, me too. It's awful.
I will say, Caroline, if you happen to be watching this, let me put your mind at ease right now. You're not the worst guest ever, because I
Yes.
know you're thinking that. You were totally awesome.
Yes.
Your music is fantastic, and we were super happy to have you on, and you're welcome back anytime.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Just so you know,
Yes.
if you're watching this
Mind at ease.
with that in your mind,
yeah.
there you go.
So guys, thank you for joining us. Please make sure you keep giving us those reviews.
Yeah.
Keep telling your friends. Thumbs up, follows, all that stuff. It's all free.
Or
It
thumbs
costs
down.
you
Doesn't
nothing.
matter.
It costs you nothing to do.
Yeah.
Well, if they're here, they're not giving us a thumbs
Well,
down.
and if you give us a comment, we'll respond.
Exactly.
We're going to do our best to respond to each and every comment, no matter what. So,
and it costs you nothing, and that supports the show greatly.
yes.
But if you want to
If you would like it to
sweeten the
cost,
pot a
if you would
little bit.
like it to cost you something,
go ahead over to patreon.com/what?
bacon is my pod.
Ah, god damn it.
Cast.
Patreon.com/bacon is my podcast. We have awesome,
That one was on
awesome benefits, including live shows where you get to participate.
Yeah.
At the lowest tier, you can come on when we decide to go live, do our discussion and drinks,
Yep.
and participate.
No matter what level you're at, you can jump in on there. So
Yeah.
join us there, hang out, interact with us during the show.
Yeah.
Get to hear some new music first from Mikey over here.
and us.
And us together. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff on there. Some cooking shows.
Cooking shows, tasting shows.
Yeah. Kind of, the stuff we do.
Yeah. Things and stuff and things. Extra things and stuff.
Extra things and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
An extra side, extra helping.
Indeed.
Extra helping of bacon, if you will.
Yes. And other extra helpings you can do? Shirts. Like this Guardians of the Galaxy inspired t-shirts.
What's that one say?
What's your bacon?
Yeah, it does.
Bacon is my podcast. It's a Guardians of the Galaxy style. We have the Barbie style.
Yeah.
Man, we
We got a
gotta
Star-Lord
do-
and a Barbie.
Yeah, we got to do the you're just as good as successful people shirt.
Yes. Okay.
There are
What
a few
style,
shirts that we
what
got to
style
do.
should we do that one in?
I don't know.
Visually. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions,
Yeah,
let
let's
us know. Because I haven't, it's like you find fonts and it's one thing, but it's like I liked doing the Guardians one because that was
Because,
fun.
yeah.
It was hard to find a way to make it look
Right.
right. And the Barbie one was easier to find a way to make it look right.
Right.
But other than that, it's like I like having that kind of a vibe. So if we're gonna have a shirt that says you're just as talented as successful people,
Yeah.
or you're just as good as successful people, let us know. What is there a vibe? Is there a style? Is there a look we should do? Let us know in the comments.
Probably a successful one.
Yeah. Is there a successful font? Times New Roman.
Comic Sans.
Is Comic Sans still successful?
Oh, everybody shits
Arial
on it.
Black.
Everybody shits on that.
Yeah.
Arial Black is coming back though, I think.
I don't think it ever left.
Yeah, it's classic.
It's so legible
Yes, it is. It fucking is.
and slightly cooler than Helvetica. But you can't say Helvetica without hell, which makes it a little bit more punk rock.
Right.
Only not all.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
where can they find you and your things?
You can find a whole Helvetica lot of me over at Jimmy G's Shoes on all the socials. You can find my band Crave It Strange at cravestrange.net, where you can find everything that we're doing, links to everything that we're doing. And you can always find me over at baconismypodcast.com and on all the Bacon Is My Podcast social media sites where you can talk to us, connect with us, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Most of the time you'll be talking to him. Some of the time you'll be talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm probably more on the YouTube.
Yeah, you're the YouTuber.
I'm more the
YouTube
one talking to you there. You're more kind of everywhere else.
Instagram and email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So otherwise, we'll both kind of like try and juggle that and stuff. But definitely connect with us, contact us,
Yes.
all that kind of stuff. Where can they find you?
Me personally, I am at Me My Own Self. Mike, I am going to make a concerted effort to start posting a little bit more there. I got some stuff that I'm working on musically that I just don't know where it's going to fall yet. So there's that. Something Heavy at Something Heavy Music on all the socials. Something Heavy on the Spotify's and the Apple Musics and stuff. We have plenty of songs out, and we are currently working on an acoustic EP, I think.
That's exciting.
So
excited for that.
we're going to be taking all those heavy songs and making them not so heavy.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Are you going to do a performance of that, you think?
The way it's turning out, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot. There, we'll talk. Okay. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the things that we're doing in it. If it would do it justice, if there was tracks and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you could find other musicians to go. You know, like Nirvana had a bunch of different people that aren't in Nirvana on stage.
You want to do that? You want to hire?
I would absolutely do that.
Yeah. No, I mean like hire and find them.
Oh no, I would, but
okay.
I would happily play.
Yeah. No, I
an
appreciate
instrument
that.
if
Thank
you if you needed.
You know any string instruments besides guitar or bass?
No, I do
Okay.
not.
All right, so
I do not.
thanks. Thank you.
Condescend me, motherfucker.
I don't either.
Fucking
I
have
don't
you
either.
killed.
You could do a keyboard. You could do a keyboard.
I could do a keyboard.
Yeah,
I know the boards
exactly.
of keys.
So, yeah, we're working on some stuff. And as always, you can go to Bacon is My Passion on all streaming platforms because we've got music.
Yeah.
And we hit a little bit of a wacky scene with the holidays and whatnot, but we are going to actually put out some stuff. We're going to do some stuff.
Yeah, we decided to do it a little bit different. Maybe we'll talk about that on the discussions at some point. But we're, we had thought about going one way, which if you were live with us on the Twitch thing and all that kind of stuff, you knew that there was a direction that we were going, and we've kind of shifted our focus. And decided to do it a different way. That honestly is going to be an easier way. And probably a way where it's going to get done sooner.
It's going to happen.
You know what I mean? So
it's going to actually happen.
Right. Yeah.
As opposed to not
actually happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, we made a shift. Like I said, maybe we'll talk about that in Discussions and Drinks. If you're not familiar with our show, Bacon is My Podcast, Discussions and Drinks.
You know what we can do? Actually, you can hear it. You could hear it on this past Wednesday's Discussion and Drink. Discussion and Drinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you haven't listened to our
talked about
Discussions
it
and
already.
Drinks shows, it's just the two of us having a drink, and having a chat.
It happens every Wednesday, and it'll be 2 episodes behind this.
Yep.
Before the
No
What's Your
guest.
Bacon 7 questions, we'll talk about it.
No guests, just the two of us bullshitting with a beverage.
Indeed.
Sometimes eating some stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have some stuff. Actually, he doesn't know yet.
Well, I guess we're gonna have some. I guess we had some stuff.
We had some stuff.
It was good.
Equal parts good and not good.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Always remember, guys, to ask yourself one super important question. What is that question, James?
Yo, what's your bacon?
Yeah. Peace out.